It is often said that there has never been a war like this. And in this war that has never been is a battle that is the first of its kind. Bakhmut. This battle is in its final days. War marks everything. Man and concrete, not a single building has been left undamaged. I've seen almost every battlefield here in Ukraine. Mariupol, for example, and seeing what happened in Mariupol, I personally thought that it would never get as bad. But seeing Bakhmut, it is another story entirely. Every single building has been torn apart. Here, you avoid the streets. Open spaces are a life hazard. Instead, you move through rubble, through barely upright high-rise buildings and along shrapnel-strewn alleyways. The stink of gunpowder, explosives and smoke never fades. This was still a Ukrainian position, controlled by Ukrainian forces. When Wagner troops assaulted this building, some chose to surrender, others put up a resistance here on the top floor, where they burned alive. Incendiary weapons were used. The building is still burning. Ukrainian positions are a mere 80 meters away from us. These are Wagner private military company's elite assault troop scouts. They did what every military textbook in the world will tell you is impossible: to attack head-on a numerically superior foe with greater firepower, fortified in a city backed and armed by the world's biggest military bloc, NATO. And yet, here they are, in the city center, breathing ash and overdosed on adrenaline. They have seized victory by the throat.
Our men are our greatest asset. They are professionals. We are all brothers. Everyone functions as part of a mechanism. They give us a job. We get it done. I'm just grateful that there's work to be done. Work for real men. Our enemy is over there, in the suburbs. We're targeting it to make it easier for our boys. This is a good machine. It just takes buildings apart.
The ruins and asphalt of Bakhmut are soaked with the blood of Ukrainian troops. Average life expectancy for a Ukrainian soldier on the front lines in Bakhmut is reportedly just 4 hours. And the evidence is everywhere, in every building. Another thing that we've noticed in Bakhmut is so much of the clothes left behind is covered in blood. Like this bulletproof vest, blood and gore. Evidently the armor plate was shot through. I mean, it all speaks of, and this isn't a secret, the tremendous casualties that Ukrainian forces have endured here in Bakhmut. Not that the going was easy for Wagner. It wasn't, especially at first. Veteran Ukrainian units put up strong resistance before they were cut down. But now it's mostly untrained conscripts that Kiev sends to stall the orchestra. Troops tell us they have no chance against arguably the world's most experienced shock troops.
They left it behind when they retreated. As usual, they leave everything behind.
Including that?
Yes, this too. I have one, and there's another in our squad. This is an American analog of the MG-42.
How long have you had it?
A week.
Where'd you get the ammo?
They leave that behind too.
So you fire at them with their own bullets?
Of course, how else? We hit them with their own weapons.
This is a lot of ammunition, isn't it?
There's loads. At every outpost, they leave behind a large amount of ammunition. This is despite the fact they keep complaining about ammunition shortages. They don't think about how they'll continue fighting, probably because they don't want to. They're demoralized.
Here's a question. Where did you get the bear?
The bear? The bear came to me, so to speak. It just happened. Our eyes met, and I decided to take him along.
You figured he was the one for you.
Umka, yes. Umka. Umka.
It was time to go. They had work to do. Ukrainian resistance is crumbling in Bakhmut, but the end isn't here yet. What roads to the city are left to Ukrainian forces are choked with destroyed armor and vehicles, many of which were supplied by NATO states. As we left, behind our backs, the city rocked and trembled to the tune of the ensemble's violent symphony. A ceaseless melody of war, orchestrated with corporate precision and almost religious fanaticism. This is the way of Wagner.